It's time for Central Lions football on the voice of the Central Lions, 1330 WPPI. Coach Ron Birchfield told me about the Washington Wilkes offense. Who did it for him?
Quarterback, Josh Rogers, number 15, junior quarterback. He lost his job last spring and worked hard all summer. Won it back this fall, and was a good athlete, as we've seen. Like I said before, he reminds me a lot of Svante McCoy as far as quickness and speed and arm strength. So everybody knows what that young man's done at Villa-Rica, and that's a pretty good comparison as far as ability.
He also compared the defenses for me.
Well, if you had two swarms of bees that didn't like each other, that's what their defense and our defense kind of looks like. They're a lot like us. They rely on speed and quickness and pursuit, and a lot of folks around the ball. Hopefully, a lot of people have gotten behind them early and quit running and started throwing the ball. Their turnover ratio is just unbelievable as far as what they've done after they've intercepted the ball, because they've gone out to big scores and people quit running. They couldn't run. They had to try to play catch-up football. So hopefully we can run the ball and hold on to it so we don't have to play defense all night. Maybe we can keep them from making that big play. That's what they've done in 14 ball games against us.
He also gave me a look at the size and speed matchup and how their offense operates.
Well, the same thing. The quickness of their size is about the same as ours. As far as movement, they get to the ball real well on defense. Offensively, it's a quick offense. It's an old Valdosta offense where they're going to try to get that back with the ball before you can move. It's just a old pullback over offense, and they run a lot of quarterback with them two backs leading. They run a lot of motion. They'll run trips. They'll run twins to get you spread out and then bring those two backs in tight, And the ball handling this guy is just a super ball handler. It's hard to pick the ball up, and then he's got that sprint out ability both throwing and running. So it's really a triple dimension with two running backs and a quarterback runs as well as they do, and then with all those wide receivers, here you go. So offensively, they're going to throw everything at you, and they run a lot of patterns on offense as far as the pass, and they run a lot of different running plays, and they're going to make you stop everything.
On the other side of the coin, Coach Buddy Brooks of the Tigers gave me his view of how the teams compared.
Well, as far as our offensive line versus the defensive line for Central Carrollton, of course, we're not quite as big, but I think basically we work out the same way as far as quickness and so forth. But I think they may be a little bit stronger and a little bit bigger than we are, and hopefully we'll be able to just get in there and line up with them and just hold our ground.
And he told me what his team had planned for the game.
Well, we've always got plans to try to contain folks, and we're not going to change a whole lot of things. We're going to do what we've done so far this year that's gotten us here this far, and we hadn't changed a whole lot of things. We're just trying to do just base defense and base offense and try to execute as well as possible.
So there are the coach's comments and a quick look at what the two teams are all about. And this is Dr. Tom along with Bobby D getting ready for the first quarter action here at Tiger Stadium in the city of Washington. It's been a long road for the Central Lions. 15 games at all, beating Gordon last week, 21-7 to get here. The Lions are getting ready to take the field through the large and beautiful banner that's been done by the Pep Club here and the cheerleaders. Here come the Lions. You can hear the crowd. So the Lions will be getting the ball first here. And we're ready. And the crowd is ready. And no doubt the team is ready. Here we go. The kick is up. It's a short kick. It's going to be taken at about the 10 by Crowder. He comes across the 15, the 10, the 25, the 30. He's loose across the 40, the 50. Got down at about the 47-yard line. A great run back by Walt Crowder, and that's the way to start it off for the Lions. Holt drops back. He's going to throw in the first play, looking for Parks on the right side. Parks goes down. It's intercepted by number 11 and then bobbled away by... Oh, it was a great play. The Lions pick it up. They pick up the fumble recovery. Amazing, amazing. And it's a handoff to Crowder straight up the middle. Picks up about 2 before he's driven back. It's a handoff to Crowder coming around the right side. He's across the 15, down to about the 11-yard line. Here come the Lions. Holt just goes ahead and dives straight across the middle, and that's another first down for the Central Lions. Takes a snap, hands it off to Crowder around the right side. He's up to about the 5. Then he reverses field. Now he's chased back to the 15, gets back across the 10, and dives across down to about the 8-yard line, I believe. He completely changed direction. Now, Holt pitches back to Crowder coming around the right side, breaks across the 10, stays on his feet, falls forward to about the 5. It's going to be a pass play over to the right side. Now Holt has to avoid pressure. Goes through the hands of Willie Long. Here's the kick. It's up. And the kick is good. The Lions go up ahead by a score of 3-0. They strike first. Here's the kick. A good one by Holt. And taken by Walker. He's coming straight up the middle. And he gets across the 20. He's brought down at about the 22-yard line. Rogers takes a snap. He's going to throw. He's looking to his left. He's got a lot of pressure on him. Number 77 chasing him. Let's go a short throw over the hands of Brown. So the Lions do it with a lot of good pressure. And now there's a penalty, apparently, against the Tigers.
I believe it's offensive interference, Tom.
About, I believe, a 2nd and 24 as they retain the down. Wide to the left, Clark. To the right, Brown. And another penalty in motion. Number 65 for the Washington offense. He was booming them out right before the game. Now we got motion again. Bursting across the line for Washington, Wilkes. Now they're saying it against the Lions. Here's the snap. The kick is up. It's a good punt. Coming down to the left side. Smith calls for a fair catch at the 25-yard line. And that's where the Lions will be taking possession. We've got 6 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Around the left side. Ooh, smacked down deep in his own territory by number 22 for the Washington defense. Holt takes a snap. He's going to throw. No, it's a drop play to Crowder. He's stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Breaks free. Then comes around to the left side. It was number 43 tripping him up for the Washington defense. Holt takes a snap. He is going to throw. Straight up the middle to Willie Long. Broken up there by number 33 for Washington, Wilkes. Walt gets a low one away, but it's going to hit and roll. Taken by number 3 at about the 40. Chased out of bounds by Scott Boykin at the 44. And it's a hitch pass out to the right side, and he lets it go downfield. Number 17 going to be intercepted by Robbie Ridley at about the 20-yard line. Brought down at the 15. Here's the handoff to Crowder coming up the middle. This time across the 20. All the way up to about the 24-yard line. 2nd and 2 to go. Hand it to Jones. He drives across. Oh, might have lost about a yard on that play. Got stacked up right as we went into the line. Holt takes a snap, and that's what they do this time. He just kind of dived across, and they only needed about 2 inches, so I'm pretty sure he got it. Holt takes a snap. Now he's going to throw a hitch pass to the left side to Parks. He's got it coming across the 30. Tripped up at about the 34, I believe. Crowder this time with the ball straight up over the middle. Holt takes a snap. He's going to throw. Looking to his right side. He's got Smith short, Parks long. Now he's got to run, and he's brought down for a loss of about 3. And it's Crowder straight up the middle across the 35. Gets up to... Holt takes a snap. He's going to throw, dropping straight back. And the receiver falls downfield. He's being chased all the way back to his own 25. Now he lets it go long downfield. Open down there for just a second was Kenny Parks, but it was... Here comes the snap. The kick is up. Better kick this time by Crowder. And it's going to roll all the way down to about the 14-yard line. Rogers takes a snap. Hands it straight up the middle to David Fanning. Breaks up to about maybe the... Rogers takes the snap. This time it's on a keeper. He's coming around the right side across the 15, the 20.
Good play.
Stopped short of the 20-yard line over there. Rogers takes the snaps. He's going to throw. Open is Clark over across the 20, the 25. And brought down at about the 33-yard line. This time hands it off to number 42. That is Walker. Is Walker to the right side. Rogers takes a snap, hands it off to Fanning, who's bottled up immediately by Chris Edwards, Steve Whitlock, and Scott Boykin. Drag him down for a loss of about 2. And it's a penalty thrown immediately. They didn't even get the play off. And it's a quick out pass over there and in and through the hands of number 89, Glenn Brown. Here comes the kick. A lot of penetration by the Lions. It's a much shorter kick this time around. Bounces down at about the 46-yard line. And the Lions will be taking over with a 1st and 10 at about their own 46. Holt takes the snap. He's going to throw, rolling to his left side. He's got Parks open. Parks goes up with the ball at the reception down at about the 43-yard line of Washington Wilkes. Holt takes the snap, hands it off to Crowder, coming around the right side. And he breaks it down across the 30-yard line down to about the 28. Holt takes the snap. This time tries to burrow ahead and looks like he might have gotten the first down. If he did make it across the 25-yard line, he's got it. Here comes Holt rolling around to his left side. Throws down for Parks. He's got the ball down at about the 16-yard line. Holt takes the snap. He's going to throw, rolling to his left. He's got Parks short in the end zone. He's got the ball. And they say he was out of bounds. Here comes Holt rolling to his right side. He's got Smith open in the end zone momentarily. Now a lot of pressure, driven all the way back to the 30-yard line. Trouble with the snap. It's down amongst a pile. Holt did not have possession of it as he came away.
The official signals the Lions have it, and they do.
Holt's rolling out to his left side. Lets the ball go for the corner of the end zone. He's got Parks wide open. Score for the Central Lions, up 10-0.
Beautiful play. Beautiful play.
Parks was wide open. Holt just let it go. The kick is up, and the kick is good. The Lions 10-0 over Washington Wilkes.
Good kick.
Taken by Clark at about the 10-yard line. He's crossed the 15, the 20, the 25, and he's still driving up to about the 30-yard line. And the pitch is back to the right side to Fanning, and he is stopped just as he comes across the 30-yard line. Rogers takes a snap, and he's got a keeper. He's going to try to come across, up across the 36 to the 38-yard line, I believe. Rogers just a keeper straight up the middle. He picks up the first down as he goes across. And it's a hitch pass out to Brown, who is brought down just as he crosses the 45-yard line. They try the same pattern, this time out to Clark, who breaks across to the 42-yard line of the Lions. And this time straight up the middle, it is number 32 across the 40, across the 35, down to about the 34-yard line of the Lions. Here's the snap. He's going to run himself, Rogers. Now he tries to throw the ball downfield. He's got a man who's brought down at about the 25-yard line. And there's a fumble by Rogers right down into the interior line. It's picked up by Scott Boykin. He's got the ball.
The officials don't even realize that he has the ball.
And they give it to the Lions. So the Lions stop that drive. And it's a handoff to Crowder, who's stacked up just as he goes across the 25-yard line, and maybe makes it up to the 27. Holt takes a snap. He's rolling to his left. It's a keeper. He's across the 25. It gets to about the 30-yard line. Holt hands it off to Crowder, coming around the right side. He's almost got the first down as he gets up to about the 35. He needs pretty good punt by Holt. He comes way back across the 25, chase to the right side. Good tackle down there. Rogers rolling out to his left side. He's going to be looking for Clark downfield, and he's got a reception down at about the 38-yard line. Rogers takes a snap. He drops straight back to pass, and he's got a lot of pressure, and he's hit 2 or 3 times. Now finally brought down up at about the 44-yard line. And Rogers just throws the ball straight out of bounds to stop the clock. With her on their own 44-yard line, a hitch pass thrown out to Clark. Flea flicker to Walker, who breaks it out to across the 50-yard line.
Did not
the time expired. Steve Whitlock in on the tackle. And the Lions are going to go into this locker room with a lead of 10-0 over to the Washington Wilkes Tigers. Back with halftime on the voice of the Central Lions, with the Central squad being up 10-0 over the Washington Wilkes Tigers in this AA championship game from Tiger Stadium. Just to summarize a little bit what happened on the first offensive play of the game, Mark Holt let a long pass go downfield, and Kenny Parks had overrun the play just a little bit, or actually possibly the pass attempt was just a little short, and number 11, Mays, went up for the Tigers, grabbed the ball. Parks wrapped him up around the waist, knocked the ball free. Vince Smith jumped in and went ahead and picked it up for a long gain by the Lions, and they had the ball 1st and 10 down there at about the 20-yard line when everybody thought that it was going to be a turnover and that Washington Wilkes was going to take possession. And they ended up getting a field goal out of that one. Then a couple offensive drives later, they went on down the field, and a long 40-yard pass play by Holt to Kenny Parks, wide open in the end zone. They ran 3 successive plays with Parks going down and breaking to the outside, Holt throwing him on the line to him, and they were able to pull out a touch. So the score 10-0, the Central Lions. And Bobby, what have you been able to observe about the way the line matchups have been working so far?
Well, Tom, as I mentioned during the course of the game, size and strength both going towards the Central Lions, and those are both positive attributes for the Lions offense and defense. They, the coaches before the games and in the previous week, they have said that that was going to be a big matchup with the two lines, but they also said that Central had a slight advantage. The Tigers do have the speed, but then the Lions do have the size and strength. Also, as you mentioned a second ago, the 3 passes from Holt to Kenny Parks down, the 3 consecutive passes down to Kenny Parks, which resulted in 6 points for the Central Lions, was also a positive attribute for the Lions. In the second half, the Lions are going to have to keep doing what they've done thus far in the game. They're going to have to keep withholding Walker and also Fanning out of the backfield from the Tigers, and they cannot give up the long play.
And some statistics from the offensive sides for the two teams. I'll go ahead and take a look at Central for you. Mind you, again, Central's up 10-0. That's an exciting fact right there. Walt Crowder has rushed 10 times for 36 yards. Jones 1 for 1. Holt has rushed 5 times, but the big sack cost him because he's minus 14 on the ground. Holt's also thrown 5 of 9 passes for 79 yards. Parks on the receiving end 4 of those times for 79 yards receiving. Total yardage by the Central Lions amassed so far 106. And it's been some great offensive line play that have opened things up for Crowder, and especially on that long touchdown, they did a great job of pass protection, gave him a lot of time to get set, and let that long one down to Parks in the end zone for the touch.
Well, Tom, 106 yards is astounding when you compare it to the 69 yards of the Washington Wilkes Tigers. That's total offense. David Fanning, who is the fullback for the Tigers, had 6 runs for 30 yards. Rogers, number 15, the quarterback, he threw 5 passes, completed 4 of those for 39 yards. Receiving the passes, Brown 2 for 16, Drinkard, 1 for 12, and Clark 1 for 10. As I said, once again, 69 total yards for the Tigers, and this, as you mentioned just in the pregame, could be, now we don't know this for a fact, could be the first time that the Washington Wilkes Tigers have been held scoreless in the first half.
And it is amazing because, like we say, they have averaged nearly 50 points a game. And the Central Lions defense just been all over the place. And, of course, I want to remind you the Tigers did have a good offensive drive going down toward the end of the game with about 3 minutes left to go. And then they had the bad exchange, and the fumble recovery was picked up by Scott Boykin, and that killed their drive. And then they tried to get things going with about a minute left to go, and they couldn't get anywhere. The Lions took over the ball and weren't able to get a first down. So that leaves the end result after the first half of play, 10-0, the Central Lions over the Washington Wilkes Tigers. We'll be back with third quarter action in just a moment. Here's the kick. It's up. It's a long kick to the left side. It's going to be taken by Walker. He catches it about the 20, 25, 30, 35. Up. He takes a handoff, hands it off to the second man through. He gets it nowhere there. It's Fanning, and the ball's loose. But it looks like the recovery was made by Washington. Rogers pitches it out to Fanning, coming across the 35. He stumbled and hit up to the 40, down to the 44-yard line. Rogers hands it off to Fanning, who goes for the first down across the 45, down to about the 47. First and 10 from the 46. This time Rogers rolls out to the right side. He's going to throw straight downfield. Intercepted by Willie Long. Back across the 45, the 40. Tripped up and going down at about the 25-yard line. Great interception. Great snag by Willie Long. Reached up there, pulled it right down. The pass was intended for Brown over there on the right side. Here come the Lions. First and 10 from the 26. Holt's going to throw. He's rolling to his right side. Downfield, he's got Parks. Parks is open, a little low. Holt drops straight back. It's a drop play to Crowder, straight up the middle. Holt takes a snap. He's rolling to his right side. He's got Vince Smith open for just a second. Now he's got a lot of pressure being chased back there by 79 Hurd. Almost dropped at the 45. Breaks loose again and gets back across the 45. Now pulled out of bounds. Here's the snap. Not much of a rush put on. Crowder angles it for the corner. Fair catch called for by Clark at the 15-yard line. He takes the snap. He hands it straight up the middle to Fanning, who breaks around across the 21-yard line. Before Rogers takes the snap. This time hands it off to Clark coming around the right side. He's across the 30, the 35, the 40, still free. Gets up to the 50-yard line and into Lions territory before he's brought down. That was Walker. Rogers with the snap. This time the handoff is to Walker coming around the left side. He's down to the 45, brought down at the 41-yard line. Rogers takes a snap. This time he hands it off to Walker, who's hit in the backfield by Jones. And the handoff straight up the middle. Fanning, who might have picked up maybe two in the play. Stevens doing the kicking. Vince will be standing back at about his own 8-yard line. Flags thrown all over the place. Here comes Rogers. He hands it off to Walker coming around the right side and stopped in the backfield by Willie Long. Rogers is dropping straight back. Little play action. Now he's rolling to his right. A lot of pursuit by Chris Edwards, who drags him down for another loss. Rogers rolling to his left. He's got Walker open, and a tackle made by Steve Whitlock for another big loss down at their own 40-yard line. Kick is up. It's a good one. It's a good one. Coming down to the left side. Smith takes it about his 30, up across to the 33 before he stumbles down. And Holt hands off to Crowder, coming over to the right side of the line. Maybe picked up about one or two. The Lions on a 2nd and 8 situation. Hand off to Crowder again. This time stopped in his own backfield for a loss of about 1 yard. Okay, we've got a 3rd and long 10 to go. Holt rolling to his left side. This time he's going to be sacked deep in his own territory. Snap. Kick is up. Kind of a low kick, but it's going to hit at about the 46 and keep rolling, and where it's going to go dead at the 46. Touchdown there by Mike Reeves. On the near side of the field, Rogers is rolling to his right. He's got two of them open, and he's going to be almost sacked. Rogers takes a snap, and he hands off straight up the middle. Out of the pro set, Rogers takes the snap. He's going to throw, rolling to his right side, looking downfield. He's got Clark open. A lot of pressure put on by Burson. Into the ground. Lions are up 10-0 after the end of the 3rd quarter with Washington Wilkes on the move. He's got the snap. This time it's a keeper trying to come around the left side. Robbie Ridley dragging him down back there at the 44-yard line. Rogers takes a snap. It's straight up the middle of Fanning. He breaks free across the 40 down to about the 35-yard line, maybe the 34. Rogers takes a snap. He's rolling to his right side. He's looking downfield for Stevens. He can't let the ball go. He gets it away to Stevens. Intercepted by Vince Smith down at about the 22-yard line. And that's what they've been doing all night. Pitch back to Crowder coming around the right side. He's across the 25. Holt takes a snap. Pitches it back to Crowder. Once again around the right side. He's across the 30, the 35, the 40, the 50, the 30. He's going to go all the way down to the 10, the 5. He's going to score! The Central Lions up 16-0. He went all the way. We're talking a run of about 75 yards. The kick is up. It was a bad snap, but the kick is good, and the Lions now up 17-0. Here comes the kick from Holt. It's going to be taken by Luke at about the 20, the 25, the 30. He breaks away. to about the 30-yard line before he's dragged down out of bounds by about 4 Lions. And dropping straight back as Rogers looking downfield. He's got a lot of pressure. Now he's got time, and then sacked. Rogers rolling out to his right side. He's looking to his left for Walker. And Walker is back across up to the 38-yard line before he's brought down there. A quick hitch pass out to the left side for Clark, who bobbles the ball. I don't know. Stevens doing the kicking. Here's the kick. It's another pretty good one.
Whoa.
It's going to be rifling down at about the 15. Smith bobbles the ball, picks it up. Now he's got a handle on it, and then just falls down at about the 15. Here's the snap. Pitch to Crowder coming around the right side. He gets up to about the 15 before. And it's a keeper by Holt rolling around the left side. Now he wants to throw. Looks like he's going to be sacked back there. Oh, yeah. And it's a handoff to Crowder straight up the middle. He busts through the hole, picks up about 2, and that's where the Lions will be kicking from. A lot of pressure being put on. He gets off a low kick, and he takes it at the 45, Clark does. There's Chris Dyer in. And number 30, that's Maurice Campbell, brings him down at about the 48-yard line. Rogers back to pass. He's looking for 89 down the sideline. He's open for just a second, but the ball is overthrown. And kind of a strange little play there to Stevens in the backfield. It's hard to describe exactly what happened. Rogers took the snap, took 2 steps back as Stevens stopped his motion and took 3 steps back. Split out wide. Clark takes it on a hitch pass and gets about 5 yards. Rogers, the quarterback, they're going for it. He drops straight back. He's looking to his right side. A lot of pressure by Steve Whitlock and throws it down the middle for Walker. Overthrown. Holt hands it off to Crowder, going straight up the middle, picks up 2, 3, 4, 5, getting close to a first down as he gets across the 40-yard line. And it's a handoff to Crowder coming around the right side, picks up about 5, 6 yards. This time, Mark Holt just plunges straight ahead. We've got a penalty call, too much time against the Lions. And the pitch is back to Victor Brown coming around the right side, picking up about 4. Is Victor Brown. Here's Crowder to the right side. He breaks into the middle. That was a short play. Not much pressure put on. It's a short, very short kick. Just kind of a nubber. Goes out of bounds at about the 37-yard line, I believe. And 36-yard line, Rogers hands off to Walker coming around his right side where he is brought down by the bruising Central Lions offense. Rogers takes the snap. He's going to pass. He drops straight back. He's got 3 men deep into patterns. Open. He's got Stevens. Robbie Ridley in precision. And the ball goes long. Here's the snap. Rogers dropping straight back, straight up the middle for Clark, who's got the reception at about the 47-yard line of the Lions. Rogers takes the snap, drops straight back, looking to his left side. Open up the middle. He's got Clark almost intercepted by Troy Rowe. In motion. Walker to the left side. They're going to flood that zone over there. Rogers, a lot of pressure. Intercepted by Robbie.
Number 25, Robbie Ridley.
They've got 3 men in the backfield now so that Holt can just go ahead and drop back and swallow the ball. And that's exactly what he does. 34 seconds, 33.
I believe they'll go ahead and let the clock run out probably.
Lions less than a half minute away from a state championship. You can hear it going crazy. The fans already spilling over onto the sideline. This is too much, folks. This is just absolutely too much. I tell you. There's going to be a rush onto this field. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That's it.
The Central Lions state champions in AA beating the Washington Wilkes Tigers by a score of 17-0 tonight. Mayhem going across on the field. Let's see if they give the coach a ride. They should.
They did. I think he's already down. They gave him a ride out to about...
Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And folks, the end result that we were hoping for, praying for, coming about. The Lions, once they passed the specter of West Rome, this time just moving on and taking on a very strong opponent tonight, but winning 17-0, and a lot of heart, a lot of guts, great coaching all the way around. Walt Crowder had a big night, Mark Holt, Robbie Ridley, all the defensive, offensive linemen had a great night. So, final score, the Central Lions 17, the Washington Wilkes Tigers, nothing. The Lions now AA state champions. After trying so hard and getting so close so many years and losing to the eventual state champs West Rome, they break it out. And this time against an explosive offensive and very aggressive defensive team, they controlled them. They controlled them on the lines. and they controlled them with great defensive plays by Robbie Ridley in the backfield and the defensive secondary, and great offensive plays from the offensive line, breaking big holes open for Walt Crowder. Also, Kenny Parks, big night receiving the ball. Let's go ahead and just run down the scores for you. In the first quarter, it was a field goal by Mark Holt that was set up after a long pass play that was at first intercepted by Washington Wilkes. Kenny Parks knocked the ball loose. Vince Smith recovered. Then they got a field goal out of that drive. Score 3-0. In the second quarter, a long pass play to Kenny Parks into the end zone. 70 yards. So we're looking at 10-0 at the halftime. Then coming into the third quarter, on what was designed to be a quick hitter, really, on about a 3rd and 5 situation, Walt Crowder takes the ball around the right side, scoots down that sideline for 75 yards and a touch. So the final score, 17-0. What really hurt Washington Wilkes, I believe, was the fact that once they got down, they weren't able to cope with that. They had defensive miscues, offensive miscues. They had penalties at the most inopportune times. While the Lions, while they suffered a couple of key penalties that stalled some of their drives, were able to overcome that adversity and just keep driving. And especially every time it seemed like Washington Wilkes got a big drive going, and they were moving, and then all of a sudden, boom, a great defensive play by the Lions just took it right away. Hugh Maxwell from the Video Hut. Anyway, they just took the wind out of their sails with a big defensive play, and that just left Washington Wilkes breathless. They didn't know what to do, and then the Lions would come back and churn out some yardage, eat up the clock some more, and it was big plays that helped the Lions out on offense, but it was also the steady ability to control the game and to control the line and to control basically the whole flow of the game. They made Washington Wilkes play their game.
Well, Thomas, you was talking about the mishaps for the Tigers. This is just a statistic. We'll run over the complete stats in a second, but we want to look at this and say Rogers, the quarterback for the Tigers, had 7 rushes for a negative 16 yards. Stevens, who is the backup quarterback, he came in and split sometimes. He had 1 rush for a negative 10 yards. There, about 4 or 5 consecutive plays in a row, the Lions would sack Rogers back in his own territory, back 10, 15, and sometimes 20 yards back in his own behind the line of scrimmage, his own territory. That plays a key factor in tonight's ball game. You can't say that the offense won it for the Lions. You can't say that the defense won it for the Lions, because had it not been for one or the other tonight, then they would not have won it. It takes a team, is what I'm trying to say, to win this. Sometimes you have where your offense will do real good and your defense is a little slack. Other ways, vice versa. But tonight, equal credit should go to the offensive and defensive teams for the Central Line. I'm proud. I tell you what, I'm speechless.
Total team effort. And go ahead and just take a brief look at the statistics for the Washington Wilkes Tigers. Walker had 38 yards, 5 rushes for 38 yards. Fanning 11 for 52. Rogers 7 for -16. Stevens 1 for -10. Rogers threw 7 to 13 for 58 yards. And Bobby, these are the total stats for the game. 115 yards total offense was all the Tigers were able to muster. And now Bobby's got some of the Central statistics for us.
Central stats go like this, a little better. Crowder, 18 runs for 122 yards. By the way, he did go over the 2,000-yard mark tonight. Jones, 1 for 1. Holt had 8 rushes for a negative 29 yards. Those were on sacks by the Tigers. Total rushing yards, 83. For passing, Holt had 5 out of 10, 50% throw tonight for 79 yards. Total stats. By the way, we might want to go ahead and mention that Kenny Parks called all of Hope's passes, 4 for 79 yards. Total stats for the Lions.
And the final score was 17-0 for the Central Lions over the Washington Wilkes Tigers, AA champs. And right now we'd like to take this opportunity to thank all the fine folks who have helped us out this year and have added to our efforts in the games, and also especially when we were at home, the fantastic Central Lions Booster Club keeping us supplied with Cokes and food, and on the road they came out and helped us when we were in the various press boxes, showing us a lot of assistance. Want to thank Coach Birchfield and all his staff and congratulate all of them and the players and everybody involved with Central High School on a very fine effort. We hope to do this for many more years to come, to be in this exact situation The Central Lions deserve all the credit in the world. A total team effort. Bobby Dumas, want to thank him for being with me tonight. And for the Central Lions and
thank
Bobby
my mom
Dumas
and my dad and
and everybody. You've been listening to the voice of the Central Lions, 1330 WPPI.